What's going on, Disrupt family? Here we are, another Saturday at noon. I just want to thank you guys for coming out. We'll be here each and every Saturday, unless there's something big going on in the company, like a regional event or something like that. Like next week, what's going on in West Palm Beach? Unfortunately, I probably won't be able to hold one of these webcasts next week at noon because I'll be in West Palm Beach at the event. And, if you can afford it, if you're smart enough, I'd like to see you there too. We grow as a company and as individuals, event to event, guys. And that's something that's real important to me. And it's something that I want to stress to you guys as members of the company, as students of Learn Life University. I want to stress to you guys that events is something very important for you to attend because of the value that's given at events, guys. Now that I think about it, there's an event going on right now, not this one, in New Jersey. Omar Crespo and those guys are doing an event. I believe they have an event going on every first Saturday of the month. So, there are people doing a lot to really help out the growth of the company and their own organizations within the company. And, if you want to leverage systems, if you want to leverage events to grow your business, that's probably one of the wisest things that you could do because of the impact that events have on people. So without drawing that out for too much longer, I just want to stress that, guys, events is something I want to see you guys at. And we're going to have fun next weekend in West Palm Beach. I am pumped and I'm excited about that. I'm already losing my voice. I think because of the weather change that's going on here in New York. So it's going to be great. It's going to be amazing to end up in a place that's not as cold. The weather changed way too quick for me. We went from summer to fall and there's no transition here in New York City. It's crazy. It just got cold real quick. So next weekend, West Palm Beach, looking forward to it. So again, I just want to thank you guys for being here. I want to answer and address a couple of questions that people have been asking me. Not that they're problematic questions. I don't mind answering these questions that people are emailing me or shooting questions in my inbox on Facebook. That's cool. One of those questions was, what made me want to create Learn Life University? And that's a great question. And to be perfectly honest with you, it was the idea that I can. It was the idea that I can create a university that people can use and leverage and learn from. I actually attended Stony Brook University, a very prestigious school, well known for medicine, for engineering and sciences. And, I went to Stony Brook. And of course, a lot of us, when growing up, we're told, go to school. You go to school, you get a good job. Get a good job, work that good job, 40 years, whatever, and retire, right? And it's really an old school way of thinking about things, guys. And I've been through it. I graduated, in fact, with multiple degrees at this point. And I'd be the first to tell you that just because you go to school, right, just because you go to school, it's not going to guarantee you any types of level of success in your life. The only thing that can guarantee you that is yourself, right? But in that realization and going through what I've gone through in life, being as successful as I've gotten in life, I wanted to sort of give back, right? And I thought of, if I've already experienced success in my life, I know that I can teach it to others. In fact, I've proven that many, many times over. The people that work with me, students of Learn Life University, and many people that I've mentored in the past could tell you the experience that I have is very helpful, especially when I get a chance to get in front of a crowd of people, especially when there are people seeking to learn certain things, especially when you guys are asking questions like the one that was just asked. Why Learn Life University even exists? And it exists because the stuff you're going to learn here at Learn Life University is stuff you're not going to learn in school. The stuff you're going to learn here in Learn Life University is not what you're going to learn outside in the real world. But I will tell you that here at Learn Life University, you will gain real world experience through the real world education that I'm going to be giving to you guys. And that's really why I created this. I created it so that we can exterminate all the bullshit that's fed to us in school. I went through it. I paid a lot of money for my education, and it was a lot of bullshit, to be honest with you. The most that I got from it was the experience, right? Experience is everything. It wasn't so much the details and the classes that I studied. It was the experience of going through college and understanding what it was to be educated in a particular manner, much like I'm doing now. But of course, I'm not in the classroom, right? With the internet and technology, I've been able to take it a step further, right? And now I'm helping other people learn life the same way that I've already learned life so that I can live life, right? And it's something I've been stressing a lot to my students. Why are we here, right? Why are we here? Me, I'm here to learn life. I'm here to learn life so that I can live life. Because if I don't learn life to live it, life will live me, right? And I only got one shot. I'm not here forever. Neither are you. So it's imperative for you to learn life through Learn Life University to understand a different aspect of life, right? And not get sucked into the garbage that is out there, guys, because a lot of the time, the TV that we watch, the radio that we listen to, the music, this, that, and the third, it's not good for us. It's actually poisonous. And the best thing that you could do for yourself is really develop yourself by reading books that are not actually offered in school. A lot of the books that have been the most helpful to people that are successful beyond your wildest, but beyond your wildest dreams, the people that have the success like Donald Trump and Martha Stewart and Oprah and things like that. The people that have these types of success are reading books that are not offered in school. So I'm going to suggest to you that in your personal development, when you're reading books and things of that nature, guys, to kind of incorporate the same thing. Look for books that highly successful people are suggesting, right? Do the things that highly successful people are doing, right? Find somebody that you're comfortable following and do what they do. And you're gonna run into obstacles. You're gonna run into problems, right? But the important thing is to stick it through, and that's part of learning life, and not letting life live you, right? So I hope that answered your question. That's why Learn Life University exists. It exists to give you guys a chance to be educated in a manner that you're not going to get anywhere else, but right here at Learn Life University. And you can always just visit www.learnlifeuniversity.com, visit our online campus, and educate yourself. Read up, watch the videos, get educated on who we are, what we do, the partnership that we have with Disrupt Worldwide, and get involved, because this right here is an opportunity. Right here, right now, actually, is a perfect time to get involved, right? This is the perfect time to get involved. And if you know anything, timing and placement is everything. Is everything in this business and in this industry. So guys, I want to just jump into what I wanted to talk about. Actually, I wanted to share a quick story with you guys. So at one point, Apple had one of the biggest problems on their hands, right? Their biggest competitive advantage was their brand that Steve Jobs' savvy marketing ways and innovation helped to build. The company knew that they could go out of their way with all sorts of statistics and make their case, right? But frankly, all those numbers would just bore consumers. Give me a second. As always, thunder. Today I'm drinking a Bolt, Thunderbolt. I've actually recently gotten this into stores in the local area. I live in New York City, so I've been talking to a lot of stores in the area, a lot of store owners, owners of bars, owners of lounges, owners of gas stations, you name it, juice shops, and individuals, fitness centers, gyms, just people that would like energy drinks and places that offer energy drinks and would consider having a healthy alternative, right? I've been talking to them, and the response has been amazing, guys. And if you're not getting out there and letting people know we have one of the best damn drinks on the market, you're doing yourself a disservice, right? Because the people need it. We are creating the demand, guys. We have the supply. Let's create the demand. People want this stuff. They just need to know that it exists. We need to get it in front of them, right? And I'm doing just that. I'm doing just that. So again, I didn't mean to stray off from the story, but Apple, guys, Apple knew that those numbers would just bore their consumers, right? And their lawyers even warned them that they could be in for a huge loss if they decide to let Steve Jobs go out and roll out with their statistics-based campaigns, right? If they let Steve Jobs go and rolled out with their statistic-based campaigns, their lawyers have already told them that they're going to suffer a huge loss. Unfortunately, Apple was insistent and let Steve Jobs go anyway and decided to roll out with their statistics-based campaigns anyway. And of course, it's no surprise that their sales dropped. Their sales dropped by more than 17%. And this is why. This is why. Apple had to take a huge hit, guys. They had to take a huge hit like they experienced when they got rid of Steve Jobs to realize that people buy people. Write that down. They needed to experience the loss of Steve Jobs to realize that people buy people. People buy people. Steve Jobs' story was now Apple's story. And it made them billions of dollars, guys. I'm sure you know this. Everybody knows the rave that Apple has on the market. Apple gave Steve Jobs his position back, and their sales nearly doubled. And their brand has been one of the world's leading and most recognized brands ever since, guys. And is that a surprise? Of course it's not, right? And the reason I'm telling you this is to get you to realize that when you effectively promote a real, living, breathing human being that people can genuinely connect with, as opposed to just spitting out dry facts, the audience is going to be a lot more responsive just because of that human touch, right? And I mentioned this the last workshop. Be humane in your marketing. Write that down. Be humane in your marketing efforts, guys. It's important. It's important for you guys to be humane in your marketing efforts, because who are you marketing to? Other humans, other people, right? And they're no different than you. So why not be just as humane as they are so that you guys can connect, right? It's the connection that matters. When your efforts can combine your personality with a compelling story, your story, you've just hit a marketing line drive. And all you have to do is close the deal to bring it home. And I played baseball as a kid, guys, so I like to use a lot of analogies related to sports. Not just baseball. I played a lot of sports. So I use a lot of analogies when it comes to sports. And I know you guys watch sports, and that's why I do them, so that you guys can understand what I'm saying and relate, right? I relate the message to you in a way that you can understand it. So Steve Jobs provided an authentic story that visually demonstrated what it was like to have a dream, to have an idea and go after it until you're successful, no matter what struggles you're in or what type of unfortunate circumstances that you come from. Steve Jobs was an inspiration to many, guys. And if you don't know Steve Jobs' story, I'll get into that in a bit. But why was Steve Jobs' story necessary to make the impact that it had at Apple? Why couldn't simple, verifiable facts deliver the same message? Why couldn't statistics-based campaigns motivate the rise of their sales? Right? To get down to the answer, we have to examine the science behind storytelling. I've been talking about it for about 2 weeks now, right? I'm not going to get you to memorize any new formulas, and I promise that there's no test at the end of this workshop. But you're about to learn some pretty surprising secrets about the power of stories. So research has already proven that stories activate a hormone It's called oxytocin. It's the oxytocin hormone in your brains, right? This hormone is also known as the love hormone because it's associated with romantic attachment, human bonding, and even sex. The love hormone is why we love stories so much and actually think that they're sexy. We identify with the person telling the story and put ourselves in their shoes. Remember, we're all people. We're all human, and we all experience the same fears, the same desires, the same joys, and the same emotions. It doesn't matter which story is being told or if it's written or in a video. It's the content of the story that matters. The idea of going through the same experience is what elicits the emotions and causes that hormone to activate, right? I would say to a certain level, certain kinds of stories might be addictive and not too different than a small hit of, I'll let you use your imagination on that one, right? But simply put, strong stories tap into our emotions and in a very profound way. And it's because we identify with them in a way that we can't identify with raw data or statistics, guys. We just can't identify with numbers the same way that we can identify with an authentic story, right? The way that a story would touch us, sometimes even make us cry, right? We can't identify with the number 3 like that. Oh, the number 3. It's not going to make you cry, but hearing somebody else's struggle, hearing somebody else's push through an obstacle and actually make it, right? It gives us inspiration. It causes all sorts of different emotions, and we connect to that. But to connect to a number is just weird and probably not fathomable. So that's why Steve Jobs' story was so effective for Apple's brand. And the statistical hoopla got jumped. And beyond just the emotional component, guys, stories actually accomplish a critical function for your brains. Believe it or not, we need stories to figure out our own lives. The right side of our brains gather the facts, and the left side of our brains interpret these facts. And it puts it together to complete the mental picture, right? The left side of the brain makes sense of what's happening in our lives. I want you to think about your own life. Think about your own life when you hear gossip. You immediately try to connect the dots and understand what happened, usually through storytelling. Is usually how it happens, and you probably don't realize that. Usually through storytelling conversation with others or thinking through the possible series of events which creates a story, a mental picture, right? Funny how pretty much you have no idea what a story is, but your brain keeps trying to figure it out anyway. You might not know exactly what happened, but that brain of yours is going to keep working and say, I heard this, but I don't know if it's true. Why were they there? Who were they with? The left side of your brain instantly starts to try to fill in those gaps. It uses the facts that it has, interprets it, and tries to create a story out of it, because that's the way that we live our lives. We live our lives in a story-like manner, right? We live our lives in a chronological timeline. And we tend to communicate the very same way, right? Start to understand your environment. Start to understand yourself, guys, in this manner, and you will become so powerful. I guarantee you that. There's just people who aren't paying attention to this. Instead, they'd rather watch World Star Hip Hop or some stupid reality show. So similar to how centuries ago, man would wake up and make up stories for things they couldn't explain, like the rising of the sun and the moon, which started as a story of the gods, and later science revealed the truth, right? A story of the gods. The gods made the sun rise and the moon come out. They filled the gaps with what they could not explain. They created a story. And this is the way that we live our lives. So similar to how Steve Jobs was like a god to Apple, his story personified what it is to be the best. And people bought his story and ultimately bought a lot of Apple products. And understanding the neurobiology behind the story can give us new insights into how we are socially connected, guys. And that's really all I wanted to talk to you today about. Literally, I just wanted to drive home how Steve Jobs' story made Apple. And hopefully this workshop revealed that to you. Hopefully this workshop revealed to you that stories fill a primitive and innate void in our lives. They're powerful. Use them to your full advantage. I want you guys to consistently work on yourself through personal development. And remember that this is an inside job. Learn the craft of telling your story and just watch how many people can connect with you. And if you got any type of value from this workshop and feel that the information that I'm providing is helpful, then you're not going to want to miss the next one, where I reveal the truth about the facts and the fiction of stories. And I want to make one more announcement before I leave you guys today. Halloween is coming up, right? Halloween, you know, for some people is a fun time, and for some people is a scary time. I could care less about the Halloween day, right? What I enjoy is the fact that people get together on that day. I always enjoy a time when people can come together. It's culture, right? I love people. It's no surprise that I'm an only child, and that's probably why I'm so in love and connected to people, why I'm a people person. But Halloween is coming up, and I'm doing something big for you guys on Halloween. I have something planned for you guys that's going to blow your minds and probably blow your business out of the water. But I need you guys to tune in. I need you guys to start getting connected with Learn Life University. Start connecting with me personally. Start engaging on my wall, right? Start liking and commenting on my posts. Start sharing a lot of the information that I put out there, because if you found value in it, I'm pretty sure somebody else is going to find value in it. So stop holding other people back from the content that you have access to. It's no different than the company revealing something to us, guys, right? They reveal the information and you're exposed to it, right? Just like this opportunity, you were exposed to it and everybody else doesn't know about it. But if you keep it away from everybody, you're doing them a disservice. So don't do that anymore. Let's help each other out. Let's help each other out by leveraging each other's information, by leveraging each other's motivation, inspiring stories, right? Let's help each other out by engaging with each other and creating a culture online that people have never seen before, because that's what they're waiting for. Let's give the people what they want. They're just sitting there waiting for us to do what we know is possible and they think is impossible. And that's what makes us different. We're here to alter the status quo, guys. As always, the online Einstein, Gregory P. Louis here, your favorite, best-selling author and celebrity online marketing expert, founder of Learn Life University. I want you guys to stay tuned. I want you guys to definitely keep up with what's going on. And I want you guys to send me an email. Send me an email and let me know what's going on. If you have any questions, if you have any comments or concerns, if you have any ideas and you just want to mastermind and you want to hear me talk about it on one of these workshops or on a webcast that I might be holding, send me an email and let's chat. You can send me an email at learnlifeuniversity@gmail.com or simply find me on Facebook. It's easy to find me. My cover page says Disrupt at the top, right? So I love you guys. Stay strong, stay focused. Let's continue to climb these ranks, climb these mountains, and let's show the world what we have, because what we have is powerful. Learn life. Love you. Peace.